Okay, so it's on again. So anyway, maybe we can start off where, Jerry, we kind of have the relationship already.
Okay.
And just if you could just explain again, uh, I'll start the questions. So Charlie, a lot of people nowadays, because of the real estate crisis, have found themselves in very difficult situations. And so you were no exception to that.
Yeah.
And so can you kind of explain how Jerry helped you through that process?
Me and my wife came down. I called Jerry, and Jerry said he'd look over everything, see if we can do something, and maybe help us with the bank, or make the see if the bank could do something. And he went over the paperwork, and pretty simple, straightforward. And he said, "Well, let's see. We'll ask the bank for a short sale." And they pretty much we did all the paperwork and everything else, and we waited on the bank, and pretty much just relieved all the stress off of me. It was just come in, sign some papers. He explained everything, explained about the taxes and if I had to pay anything, or am I going to get stuck with anything. And they came back, and the bank says, "Well, we really can't do nothing for you. We'll go ahead and short sell." And we waited on all the stuff to be done, and pretty much just went straight forward through. And Jerry pretty much just took care of all of it, him and his helper, and just it just went number by number. You know, it took about 3 months. We were able to stay in the house. No one bothered me. Banks never bothered me. No letters, just straightforward. You know, 1 or 2 phone calls from the bank, and told them what I was doing, and they said okay. And Jerry just went through the paperwork, and we closed in about 3.5 months, which made it perfect. And I moved out about a month before closing, because I wanted to be more relaxed.
Sure.
So we moved into another house, and plus made it easier to clean up the house and to do the final closings and stuff like that. But if I had to do it all over again, and it'd be no one else I'd go through. It'd be all nations with Jerry.
Great, great. That type of a transaction, can be stressful, but
it can be really stressful. I mean, when we first talked about it, my wife was no, 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 and I was like, we have no other choice. I mean, the bank wants to give us one thing, and in return, it's just going to make things worse in a year.
So what had the bank offered?
They did the Obama plan.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Pigs fly too. So sorry about that, but they put all what I was behind at the end of the loan, and give me a 2.5% fixed for 5 years. And you add on what I owed and what they put at the end, and their processing fee, which was outrageous. I ended up paying exactly my payment what I was making before. So it did nothing for me. I mean, I saved what, $100? Like Jerry said, $100 here or have a life. I have to have a life. So it's the Obama plan don't work. I'm sorry. And if anybody else is on it, it's eventually going to come back and get you.
Yeah, because at the end, how much were you going to end up owing?
Altogether, what I end up after, if I had kept the house and had to pay them, I would end up owing them about $620,000.
And what did the house sell for?
130. That was a short sale.
Yeah.
But I originally bought the house for 145. So 145.
But in other words, you sold the house as a short sale for 130,000.
Yeah.
But if you had gone with what the bank offered you, you would end up owing over $600,000.
Yeah.
And no wonder you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the house was totally remodeled, so it was like, okay, I love the work that I did on the house, but it kind of overlaps what I want in my life. I want to take care of my son, I want to take care of my wife, and I can't do it with a payment that was more than what my wife and me were bringing home. You know, you can't live on $500-600 a month.
That's right.
You just can't, not with a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Charlie, thank you. I appreciate you, telling your story, because I think it'll help other people. Because a lot of people are under stress, kind of the way you were, and it looks like don't have stress anymore.
No, I have no stress at all. I mean, the most stress I have is, okay, I guess I'm gonna go to my therapy today.
Yeah.
You know, because the other reason there was no way I was gonna be able to do it, I had to have surgery. And when I had my surgery, that we were already out of the house, but if I would have been there, they would have been taking our stuff out of the house because I just can't work.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm, I'm gonna go back to work in 2 months, but there's no stress.
Yeah.
No stress at work, no stress at the house, no stress of this. Don't even have to worry about mowing the lawn, really.
What a great